Yes, anyone connected, please give reply. Now please check. Yes, now you'll have to check, guys. Very good evening. Very good evening, all. Now please check the audio, guys. I've started it. All good, guys. About the audio and video. Audible. Video is clear. Thank you so much for replying, Bhumika, Khushi, Shraddha. Okay, good to go. Okay. So, yes. So, welcome back, guys, in this revision session. We'll start with the revision of this very important topic, that is employee cost. Very simple topic, and your topic is divided only in four types. First type is to calculate employee cost with the help of some formulas, and the formulas are only four: time rate, piece rate, Halsey, and Rowan. In the first part, we're going to discuss that formulas. In the second part, we're going to start with the next, that is employee turnover rate. In the third part, we'll start employee overtime treatment, and idle time treatment is your fourth part. So this small topic is divided into these four subtypes. So quickly start with the first part. First formula, we'll start with one formula, and immediately we are going to solve some question on that Halsey and Rowan, which are very important from exam point of view. So boys and girls, let's concentrate on the first your formula, and the first formula is time rate system. Under time rate system, very simple formula is there. You're going to pay on the basis of hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Or formula can be days work multiplied by rate per day. Or formula can be week worked multiplied by rate per week. Or formula can be month worked multiplied by rate per month. So these are very simple formula. Basically, in maximum question, you are going to use the formula hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So maximum time you are going to use this formula. So here, employee will get wages on the basis of time spent in the factory. Now let's go to the second one. Second is a straight piece rate formula. Under piece rate system, you're gonna pay to the worker on the basis of number of units produced by that worker. So formula is very simple. Number of units produced by that worker multiplied by rate per unit. Number of units produced by that worker multiplied by rate per unit is a simple formula for that straight piece rate. Next formula is very important from exam point of view. Favorite question will be there in examination for that Halsey and Rowan. Guys, boys and girls, for the Halsey, formula is very simple. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So time taken can also be written as hours work. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Rate per hour plus, guys, 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So this is your formula for Halsey. Boys and girls, this formula is divided into two parts. First part is your basic pay. First part is your basic pay. So all the worker will get the basic wages. Okay. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So this is your basic way. And the next part of the formula is bonus. The worker who are efficient worker, the worker who are saving the time, the worker who are working efficiently, whose efficiency is high, they will save the time. If they are saving the time, so they will get a bonus, 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So this is your third formula. Next, last formula for the first part is Rowan Premium Plan. Under Rowan Premium Plan, the basic wages are same. You can check that hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So this is your basic wages, and basic wages are same under Halsey and Rowan. Plus, now second part is your bonus. Now boys and girls, second part is your bonus, and here bonus will be calculated with the help of a formula, that is time saved upon time allowed into hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So you are going to work in proportion. Time saved divided by time allowed. Time allowed is also called as a standard time. In the next part of this lecture, we are going to discuss first of all how to calculate time allowed, how to calculate the time saved, because most of the students are confused in this time saved and time allowed. So we'll take enough practice of the time saved and time allowed. Okay, then we'll proceed with the practical questions. So formula is, guys, boys and girls, time taken, that is hours work multiplied by rate per hour, plus time saved upon time allowed into hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So boys and girls, these are the four formulas. I'll repeat the formula. Time rate. Time rate is equal to hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So this is very basic formula. Yes, I'm sorry. Screen is paused. Now it is working. Just a second. Give me a second. Yes, sir. So time rate formula, hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Yes, screen is now live. Okay. Then the second formula we have seen piece rate. Piece rate formula is units produced multiplied by rate per unit. Units produced multiplied by rate per unit. It's not units, it is rate per unit. Now third formula we have seen, that is Halsey premium plan. Formula is very simple. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour plus 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So this is your formula for Halsey. Boys and girls, let's work out the formula for rho 1. Rho 1 formula is very simple. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Sirji, first part is common. Plus, we are going to prepare one equation, and the equation will be time saved divided by time allowed multiplied by hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So these are four basically first part, four formulas you are going to work out. Time rate, piece rate, Halsey and rho 1. Next, boys and girls, first part to be discussed is time saved. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. Yes, boys and girls. So what is the formula for time saved? Very simple formula. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. Boys and girls, time allowed can also be called as a standard time. Time allowed is also called as a standard time. And time taken can also be called as actual time, Prabhu. So standard time minus actual time will be your time saved. Now every one of you, those who have joined live, quickly come to the first page of this notes of this employee topic. There we are going to solve some basic question, and we are going to understand how to calculate the time saved and time allowed. So everybody please come to sixth formula. Those who have joined live, quickly you will have to answer. I am waiting for your answer. First and second, A and B, I will quickly answer that, and C and D you will have to calculate. So get ready for that quick answer, guys. So normal time, you can check that. What we are calculating? We are calculating time allowed. We are calculating time saved. How to calculate time allowed and how to calculate time saved. We are calculating that. So get ready for that. So let's go to the first question. Normal time per unit is 24 minutes. For one unit, 24 minutes will be required, and hours per week are 48. The worker is working 48 hours a week. Next one. Actual output is 150 units. Okay? Actual output is 150 units. Now boys and girls, be careful. Remember my wordings. For calculation of time allowed, compulsory, you'll have to use input and output ratio. Compulsory, you'll have to use input and output ratio. For every question, you'll have to apply this. Now, how to calculate that input output ratio? Guys, input output ratio. 24 minutes is your input to produce 1 unit of output. Actual output, you can check that. In that 48 hours, worker actually produced 150 units. Now you have to calculate time allowed in hours. Therefore, time allowed in hours, cross multiplication will be there. Cross multiplication will be there. Boys and girls, you have to calculate that. You'll have to write that. If you have taken a printout of these notes, time allowed will be 150 units multiplied by 24 minutes divided by 1 divided by 60 minutes. Because minutes will be converted into hours. For that purpose, we have taken that divided by 60 minutes. So boys and girls, you'll have to answer quickly. How much will be the time allowed for this question number A? I am waiting for your answer. Cross multiplication, you'll have to work out. 150 multiplied by 24 divided by 60. Prabhu, what is your answer? 150 multiplied by 24 divided by 60. Prabhu, your answer is 60. Yes or no? Whether everyone got this answer 60, boys and girls? You will have to reply, guys. Quick reply should be there. Fatafat se answer dijiye. So your quick reply I am waiting for. So time allowed is 60. If your time allowed is 60, I want to calculate time saved. What is the formula for time saved? You'll have to check here. Above. Fifth formula is given. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. Standard time minus time taken. So guys, boys and girls, guys, I'm not feeling well, so please, thoda sa sound will be different. So request you to manage that. Heavy temperature is there, so no problem. I'll take a lecture comfortably. So sound thoda sa you'll have to adjust. I'm extremely sorry for inconvenience. Yes, sir. So time allowed. Time allowed is 60, and the worker has completed this work in 48 hours. You can check that in this question, guys. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. Time allowed is 60 hours, time taken is 48 hours. So boys and girls, your time saved will be 12 hours. If you are saving the time, if time is saved by you, you'll get a bonus under HELSE and you'll get a bonus under Roman scheme as well. Okay, so next, second question I will solve. Third and fourth question you'll have to answer. Okay, so get ready for that second question. Normal production per hour is 20 units. In 8 hours, worker actually produced 200 units. Now here you'll have to calculate that with the help of input output ratio. I'll write there input output ratio and I'll write there standard time. Every time if you want to calculate the time allowed, you'll have to use this formula. What is your input? Guys, in 1 hour, worker is producing 20 units. It is given your standard input output ratio. Normal production in 1 hour is 20 units. Actual production, you'll have to check that. In the question, actual production is given 200 units. Now you'll have to calculate how much time will be required to produce that 200 units. Using that input output ratio, you can answer, guys, quickly. So time allowed is equal to, sir, the 200 multiplied by 1 divided by 20. How much hours will be required? You can answer, guys. If you are getting the answer, you can quickly answer. I am reading your answer. Screen is in front of me only. So I am waiting for your answer, guys. So your answer will be, is it 10 hours, Prabhu? Now immediately I will calculate time saved. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. Boys and girls, time allowed is 10 hours. In this question 2, actual time taken by you is 8 hours. So 10 minus 8, 2 hours will be your time saved. 2 hours will be your time saved. Is it clear, guys? Everyone got this answer? Now if you're getting this answer, yes, online students are answering. Shraddha gave me answer 10. Correct? Time allowed is 10 and time saved will be 2 hours. So boys and girls, yes, very good. Those who are answering, very good. Chaliya. Now let's go to the third question. Now I hope so you have understood how to calculate that time allowed and time saved. So quickly solve this C question yourself, guys. Okay, I'll wait for you for next 20 seconds for this answer. 18 minutes is required to produce 1 unit. Input output ratio it is given. In 45 hours a week, worker produced 200 units. Worker actually produced 200 units. So using input output ratio, quickly calculate the time allowed. And if you calculate the time allowed, immediately calculate the time saved. Next 20 seconds is yours. You'll have to answer quickly. I'm waiting for your answer for next 20 seconds. Some of the online students are giving me answer. Time allowed is 60 and time saved is 15 minutes. Sorry, 15 hours, I think so. Very good. I think so. Your answer is correct. Very good. Rest all students who are joined. Okay. So many students gave me the same answer. Khushi also gave me same answer. Shraddha. Time allowed is 60 and time saved is 15. Absolutely correct. So I will write for those students who are not able to get this answer. Those students who have completed, quickly go to the next question, that is D question. I am waiting for your D answer. Okay. So I'll write here those students who are not getting the answer. I'll write again input output ratio. If you can check that input output ratio, guys, in 18 minutes, you're gonna produce 1 unit. Now, guys, boys and girls, for 200 units, how much hours will be required? I'm talking about how much hours will be required. So, guys, boys and girls, quickly you will answer that. Time allowed is equal to, cross multiplication will be there, 200 multiplied by 18 divided by 1. Okay, so divided by 60. If you want to convert that into hours, so boys and girls, your answer will be 200 multiplied by 18 divided by 60. So, Prabhu, here also your answer comes to 60 hours. Is it correct, guys? Immediately I will calculate now. Time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. Boys and girls, time allowed is 60 and time taken is 45 hours. So 15 hours is saved by you. Okay, absolutely correct answer. I'm really proud of you, online students. Fatapat se. Let's go to the next question. I hope so everyone completed that C question and understood that C question. Now D question is 2 hours is required to produce 5 units. 2 hours is required to produce 5 units in 48 hours. Worker produce 170 units. Now guys, input output ratio quite different it is given. In 2 hours you produce 5 units. Input output ratio is 2 and 5. So you'll have to calculate now. You will have to calculate now how much time will be required to produce 170 units. So online students are quickly giving the answer. 68 is time allowed and I think so 20 is time saved. Absolutely correct answer. I think so. Let's quickly check that answer. I'll write their input and output. So input and output. Boys and girls, 2 hours is required to produce 5 units of output. 2 hours is required to produce 5 units of output. Actually, you are producing 170 units. So how much time will be required? So you can calculate that. So the time allowed is equal to, Sir G, 2 hours multiplied by 170 divided by 5 units. Let me check that. So 2 multiplied by 170 divided by 5. Absolute correct answer is given by online student. So many students are joined apart from these students who are answering. So other students will have to answer as well. I am waiting for your answer. It will be a interactive session, guys. Okay, so you'll have to answer. And if you're watching on mobile, so I can understand, guys, means it is very difficult for you to one time check watch the lecture and immediately type, so no problem. Sure. So boys and girls, time saved is equal to time allowed minus time taken. So boys and girls, time allowed is 68, time taken is 48 hours and time saved will be 20 hours. Now I hope so every one of you have got the concept how to calculate that time saved, time allowed. So if you want to solve any question of Halsey, if you want to solve any question of Rowan, Prabhu, you'll have to first work out time allowed and time saved. Time allowed is nothing but standard time and time saved you'll have to calculate, guys. Otherwise, you cannot work the formula. You know the formula, guys. The second part of the formula is very important. If you want to calculate the bonus, you should know how much will be the time saved. If you should know how much will be the time saved and time allowed. So guys, first of all, we have cleared that concept how to calculate the time saved and time allowed. Let's move further, guys, and come to very interesting and very difficult part for some student, guys. For some student, this point number 7 is very difficult part. So why it is difficult? What is the difficulty in that? Guys, boys and girls, in some question, our institute will not give you piece rate. Okay, I repeat my question, guys. In some question, our institute will not give piece rate. They will give time rate and you'll have to convert time rate into piece rate, which is very tedious task. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. I'll explain that in detail. So calculation of piece rate with the help of time rate is our next concept. Let's work out these three questions quickly. Then immediately we will start with the practical question of Halsey-Rowan time rate and piece rate. Okay. Now calculation of piece rate from the time rate. Question number A. Wages per hour is 3.75. Normal time required per unit is 24 minutes. Okay. So wages per hour. Prabhu, you have given wages per hour. In 1 hour, you are paying to the worker 3.75. And normal time required, standard time required, okay, 24 minutes per unit. Now, I'll give you very simple line to calculate this. Very simple line. And that simple line is that what you are paying to the worker and what worker are giving back to you. I'll repeat my line. What you are paying to the worker and what that worker is paying back to you or what that worker is giving back to you. So think of it, it is a barter system. Simplest ever explanation of this difficult concept. It is a barter system. What is a barter system? Suppose you are a manufacturer of a calculator. Suppose you are a manufacturer of the calculator and wage rate in your factory is 3.75 per hour. You are giving to the worker 3.75 per hour. And for that 1 hour you are paying 3.75. The worker will produce some calculator for you and will give back to you. So it is a barter system. You are paying to the worker and worker is giving back some units of production. Now my simple question to you, to understand this concept, by paying 3.75 to the to the employee, what employee is giving to you in that 1 hour? Okay, I've changed the scenario now. You have paid to the worker 3.75. Now you will have to calculate how many calculator will be produced by that worker in that 1 hour. So it is very simple, guys. You are paying to the worker, Prabhu, you are paying to the worker, sir, 50% of you will get the answer or 50% of you will get this concept immediately. And rest of the student will get after second question or after third question. But after third question, I'm sure that every one of you will get this concept. So boys and girls, I am paying to the worker 3.75 rupees. Now, for that 3.75, they will give me some units of calculator. Now we'll check that. 24 minutes is required to produce one calculator. In 60 minutes, we'll calculate that. In 60 minutes, how many calculator will be produced by that worker? So boys and girls, in that 60 minutes, 60 divided by 24, 2.5 calculator will be given by that worker to you. Is it clear, guys? In 24 minutes, you produce one calculator. So in 48 minutes, you will produce two calculators. In next 12 minutes, 60 minutes covers. In next 12 minutes, that worker will produce only half of the calculator. So in 1 hour, if you are paying, kitna pay kiya boss worker ko? If you are paying 3.75, he is giving back to you 2.5 units. I want to calculate piece rate. Piece rate means rate per unit. So for 1 unit, how much will be the cost? How much will be the payment? So piece rate is equal to 1 multiplied by 3.75 divided by 2.5. Yes, sir. You'll have to answer. How much is your answer, guys? 1 multiplied by 3.75 divided by 1 multiplied by 3.75 divided by 2.5. Saji, whether your piece rate is 1.5, 50% of you will get this concept immediately. Rest of the student will get this concept after the second or third question. Let's see the B question now. You can write simultaneously with me. It will save our time. Now B question. Time required per unit is 12 minutes. Time required per unit is 12 minutes. Wage rate is 4 rupees per hour. Now you'll have to calculate how much you are paying to the worker and how much worker is giving back to you in 1 hour. Suppose you are manufacturer of a calculator. To the worker you are paying 4 rupees per hour. So boys and girls, in that 4 hours, how many calculator he will produce, guys? In 60 minutes divided by one calculator required 12 minutes. One calculator required 12 minutes. So 60 divided by 12, is it 5 units? Is it 5 units will be produced by that worker? Is it correct or not? Now you'll have to calculate rate for 1 unit. For 1 unit, how much will be the rate? So guys, boys and girls, your rate will be 1 multiplied by 4 divided by 5. 1 multiplied by 4 divided by 5. Sir, how much will be your rate? Can you calculate that? In 4 rupees, the worker is producing, guys, 5 units. So 4 divided by 5. Whether your rate is 0.8, Prabhu? Yes or no? 0.8 is your rate. Now, you'll have to calculate answer for C question. I'll wait for next 20 seconds for you. I'll not write anything. Let's try yourself, guys. For that C question, quickly complete A question and B question. Let's go to the C question. I'm waiting for your answer for that C question, guys. So screen will be blank. I'll give you time to think. Once some student reply online, immediately I'll give you answer. So you'll have to answer quickly, guys. I am waiting. I'm requesting you for the answer. So I'm waiting for you, guys. Okay. Mr. Anudeep. Anudeep has given me one answer 12.5. Okay. I hope so. 12.5 is absolutely correct answer. I hope so. Okay, I'll calculate. Very good, but it is a very quick answer, guys. I'm waiting for rest of the student. Quickly, one more answer. Immediately, I'll start with the answer, guys. So it is a barter system. Remember, it is a barter system. How much you are paying to the worker and how much that worker is giving back to you. Now you'll have to check here. You are paying to the worker 50 rupees note. You are paying to the worker 50 rupees and you'll have to check that in that 1 hour, in that 50 rupees, how much that the worker is giving back to you. So it is given straightforward in this question. Standard output per unit is, very good. Standard output is 4 units per hour. Okay, 4 units per hour. In 1 hour that worker is producing 4 units. Now guys, now it is very simple. You are giving 50 rupees to him. In that 1 hour, he is giving back to you 4 calculators. So immediately you can now calculate the rate for one calculator. Okay, so piece rate is equal to 1 multiplied by 50 divided by 4 and its answer is 12.5. Okay, and your answer is 12.5. It is not 200. Don't worry, guys. For this purpose only, I am explaining this concept. And it is very important, guys. So many examination, this concept will be asked. So I'm preparing for that. So don't worry if I'm giving wrong answer. I want answer only. Okay. So whether those who have given wrong answer, is it clear to everyone? Yes or no, guys? I hope so. Clear है, right है? चलो. So we'll move ahead. I will give you one more chance. And now it will be a difficult question. I will give you one more chance. Now it will be a difficult question. You'll have to calculate piece rate with the help of time rate. Guys, boys and girls, your time rate is, everybody will have to answer. Your time rate is, suppose 20 rupees per hour. Time rate is 20 rupees per hour, and 3 hours is required to produce 1 unit. Now I have changed the question, guys. I have changed the question, guys. Now you'll have to think all that. I have changed my question, guys. You'll have to wait for, you'll have to check answer, give me answer in next 20 seconds. So I'll wait for you guys. प्रभु फटाफट से आंसर दीजिएगा. This is a different question. All the 3 questions are different, and this question is absolutely different. This question is absolutely different. Okay, I've got the answer. क्या बात है? Oh, very quick answer. Very sharp student. 60 rupees is your answer. I'll have to check that. 60 rupees is answer. Okay. Now guys, boys and girls, question is different. In 1 hour, production is not given. All in the previous question, it is given that in 1 hour, worker produce 4 units. In 12 minutes, worker produce 1 unit. In 24 minutes, worker produce 1 unit. In this question, guys, question is changed. 3 hours is required for 1 unit. To produce one calculator, 3 hours will be required. 3 hours will be required. So guys, to give or to complete this calculator, you will have to pay to the worker for 3 hours. So here, boys and girls, your piece rate will be, Sarji, 3 multiplied by 20. Absolute correct answer given by some online students. So 60 rupees is your piece rate. I hope so everyone got this concept. Last question, then I will solve with, I'll solve some practical question, guys. Last question, Prabhu. Last question for you. And the last question is, time required per unit is 30 minutes. Time required per unit is 30 minutes. And time rate is given in the question. Time rate is 50 rupees per hour. Now now it is our normal question. Here you'll have to calculate quickly how much will be the piece rate. I want to answer in next 10 seconds so that I'll start with the next part. Piece rate. You will have to calculate now piece rate. So the time required per unit is 30 minutes. Time required per unit is 30 minutes. Very quick answer. Very good. Very quick answer. Some students are giving very quick answer. Saji, time required per unit is 30 minutes. And time rate is 50 rupees. So you check that how much you are paying to the worker. Boys and girls, you are paying 50 rupees ka note to the worker. You are paying 50 rupees ka note to the worker, and in return for that 1 hour, how much worker is paying to you? How much worker is giving to you? Sir, how many calculator he will produce? In first 30 minutes, he will produce first calculator. And in next 30 minutes, he will produce 2 calculators. Means second calculator. Means in 1 hour that person will produce 2 calculators. So guys, piece rate will be very simple. There is a barter system. 50 rupees is paid by you, and 60 minutes divided by 30, 2 calculator will be produced by that worker. So I want a piece rate. I want a rate of 1 unit. So for 1 unit, how much will be the rate? Very quick answer by one student. So 1 multiplied by 50 divided by 2, your answer comes to 25 rupees. I hope so everyone is clear. I have taken enough examples for that. Time allowed, time saved. Now, very important question, and that question is effective earning per hour. Mark this point, very important. Effective earning per hour. If there will be a question for 4 marks or 5 marks, most of the examination you will see this concept, effective earning per hour. Effective earning per hour formula is absolutely very simple. Total earning divided by hours worked. Formula is total earning divided by hours worked. Total earning under Halsey, or total earning under Rowan, or total earning under piece rate divided by hours worked will be your effective earning per hour. Yes, boys and girls. So effective earning under Halsey. What will be the formula for effective earning under Halsey? Sarji, Halsey, first of all, you'll have to write your basic formula of Halsey. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour plus 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. This is your total earning under Halsey. Now, effective earning under Halsey will be total earning divided by hours worked. Now, if you want to calculate effective earning under Rowell, effective earning under Rowell is equal to hours work multiplied by rate per hour plus time saved upon time allowed into hours work multiplied by rate per hour. This will be your total earning divided by hours work. This will be divided by hours work. So this will be your effective earning under Rowan's scheme, Rowan plan. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Let's go to practical part. At the end of these notes, there are some practical questions which are very important from exam point of view. All the important question I have taken here. So everybody please come to question number 1. I hope so. I think so. It is a page number 39. So everybody please come to that question number 1. All these questions are very, very, very important. At least you'll have to read these before exam. Skilled worker in Tata Motors is a paid guaranteed wage rate of 30 rupees per hour. Guaranteed wage rate of 30 rupees per hour. So 30 rupees per hour is nothing but your time rate, Sarji. I will underline that. Standard time per unit for a particular product is 4 hours. Guys, input output ratio. Standard time is 4 hours to produce 1 unit of final product. P, a machine man, has been paid wages under Rowell incentives plan. I will underline that. Sarji, P is paid a bonus as per Rowell incentive plan. He has been earned an effective hourly earning. Please underline that, effective hourly rate of earning, which is nothing but 37.5. Right now we have seen the formula for that effective earning. How to calculate that effective earning, Sarji? Total earning divided by hours work. Now here worker P is working on Rowell incentive plan. So guys, hourly rate will be, effective rate will be total earning under Rowell divided by hours work. Next one, what could have been his total earnings? What could have been his total earnings and effective hourly rate had he been put on Halsey incentive scheme? What is your question? What could have been his total earnings and effective earning as well under Halsey incentive scheme? Now guys, boys and girls, let's read the question again. Basic wage rate is 30, but time allowed is 4 hours and effective earning under Rowell is 37.5. Now guys, boys and girls, 30 rupees is your basic wages. From that 30 rupees, you are getting 37.5 rupees effectively. It means that there is some time saved by that worker and that worker is getting some bonus. Then only 30 rupees basic wage rate will go to effective 37.5. Now you can say that 7.5 rupees per hour is nothing but your bonus. 7.5 rupees per hour is nothing but your bonus. Okay, so remember this part. Now let's go to that question. In this question, actual hours is not given. In this question, actual hours is not given. So let's see what they have given and what we can find that. Everyone, please concentrate here. Effective earning under Rowell is equal to, I told you the formula, total earning under Rowell divided by hours work. Formula is very simple. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour plus, it's a row 1, time saved upon time allowed into bracket hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So this is your total earning formula. Everything will be divided by hours worked. Everything will be divided by hours worked, and this answer is 37.5. It is given in the question that effective earning under row 1 is 37.5. I have written this for you guys. Now, my dear champion student of mathematics, because you have all clear foundation. So, boys and girls, hours work can be cancelled because hours work is common is denominator, and in the numerator, both the way there is hours work and hours work. Okay, so hours work is taken common and it get cancelled. ठीक है प्रभु, very simple. Therefore, guys, rate per hour. Now, what is left in numerator? Rate per hour is basic wage rate per hour is 30 plus time saved upon time allowed. Boys and girls, we don't have actual time taken by that worker P. So we don't have time saved. But yes, in the question, time allowed is given. And time allowed is 4 hours multiplied by rate per hour. Basic wage rate per hour is rupees 30 and entire amount is equal to 37.5. So Prabhu, finally time saved is equal to 37.5 minus 30. You are aware that first addition and subtraction will be there, then multiplication and division will be there. Yes, Prabhu. So let's work out. So 37.5 minus 30, okay, multiplied by 4 divided by 30. Now let's calculate the time saved, Prabhu. 37.5 minus 30 multiplied by 4 divided by 30. Hey Prabhu, time saved is 1 hour. Everyone agree with this? Time saved is 1 hour. If time saved is 1 hour, time taken by the worker P, time taken by that worker P is equal to boss. Time allowed was 4 hours and he saved 1 hour. So time taken, actual hours work will be 4 minus 1. Is it 3 hours? Are you agree with this? Now let's read the question. What would have been his total earning and effective earning rate had he been put on Halsey incentive scheme? So let's work out same person's total earning under Halsey. Then we will divide by hours work. We will get that effective earning. Okay, Sirji. Total earnings under Halsey. Total earning under Halsey is equal to, formula is very simple. First part is absolutely same. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour plus 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So, this is your basic formula. Okay, means it is a total amount or total earning under Halsey. So, hours work here will be 3 hours. Basic wage rate per hour is rupees 30 plus 50% of time saved. Prabhu, time saved is 1 hour multiplied by rate per hour is 30. Can you tell me the answer? Can you calculate yourself and tell me the answer, guys? I'm waiting for your answer, guys. 30 multiplied by 3. 30 multiplied by 3, memory plus. Then 30 multiplied by 50%, memory plus. 105. Is it correct or not? Please calculate and tell me. 105 is your total earning under Halsey. Yes or no? Now, boys and girls, you also have to calculate that effective hourly wage rate under Halsey. Effective earning is equal to total earning divided by hours work. Prabhu, your total earning is 105 and hours work is only 3 hours. So, hey Prabhu, 105 divided by 3, boys and girls, mere Malik, 35 rupees. 35 rupees is your effective earning under HALSE. If the same worker P, yes, very good. Online students are answering. No, 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 no. 105 will be divided. Okay, don't multiply. 105 will be divided by 3. What is the formula for effective earning? Total earning divided by hours work. Boys and girls, your total earning is 105 divided by hours work is 3. So yes, your time saved will be total earning is 105 divided by 3 hours work. So boys and girls, 35 rupees is your effective earning. Yes, sir. Everyone got this? So basic is 30 and effectively you are getting 35, means some amount or some time will be saved by that worker. We know that 1 hour is saved by that worker. So this point is absolutely clear. Mark this question important. I think so in your module, 2 questions are similar there from the same concept, where with the help of Rowell, apply the Rowell formula and effective earning under Rowell, you have to calculate time saved. After calculating the time saved, you can immediately calculate the time allowed, or sorry, time is taken. Then you can calculate any formula, guys. So this is absolutely clear to every one of you. So it is a very favorite question in examination. 4 marks, 5 marks question will be there. Similar question. 2 questions are there in your module. Let's go to another interesting question. So many attempts, so many examinations, this question was asked. Everyone please come to question number 2. 2 workers, A and B, produces same material, same product, using the same material. Yes, Ajay. A and B produces the same product using the same material. Their normal wage rate is also same. Okay. So what is the same, guys? 2 worker A and B produces the same product. Material is same. So suppose 5,000 rupees material is incurred for A by A. Then 5,000 material will be incurred by B. Same amount of material will be incurred by both of the worker. And their normal wage rate is also same. In the previous question, basic wage rate, normal wage rate was 30. So for both the worker, your normal wage rate is also same. क्या बात है? Your normal wage rate is also same. But what is the different? A is paid bonus according to Rowell and B is paid bonus according to HALSE. A is paid bonus according to Rowell, B is paid bonus according to HALSE. So this is a different part. Incentive scheme is different for both of these. So A is paying bonus as per Rowell. You know the formula for Rowell, and B is paid according to the HALSE. Time allowed to make the product is 50 hours. Yes, sir ji. A took 30 hours. Extremely sorry. A took 30 hours while B took 40 hours to complete. So guys, both the worker are brilliant. Both the worker are champion. Both the worker are effective. Both the worker are efficient because they are saving some time. Time allowed was 50 and time taken was 30. So A saved 20 hours. And for B, time allowed was 50. Time taken was 40. 10 hours, I think so, saved by B. The factory overhead rate is 5 rupees per hour actually work. Okay. You are paying the overhead 5 rupees per hour. So if worker are working for 10 hours, overhead will be 10 into 5. If the worker are working for 20 hours, overhead will be 20 into 5. The factory cost of the product manufactured by A. Now they are using the word factory cost of the product to manufacture is 3490 and 3600 factory cost. Now cost sheet topic will revise later. Now you are required to calculate normal rate of wages and cost of material. Now you will have to calculate normal wage rate of wages and the cost of material and prepare a statement showing the factory cost of the product to produce factory cost of the product as produced by the 2 workers. Okay. So guys, boys and girls, what it is given, I'll give you summary. Worker A is getting the bonus as per Rowell, I think so. Worker B is getting the bonus as per HALSE. Both are using the same material. Amount of material is same. Both are basic wage rate is same. Overhead rate is 5 rupees per hour and their factory cost is given. Now let's see how to calculate that factory cost, Prabhu. Factory cost is very simple. Yes, sir. Factory cost is very simple. Direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses, if any given in the question, it will be your prime cost. It will be your prime cost. In that prime cost, you will have to add overheads, factory overheads, of course, factory overheads, production overhead, manufacturing overheads. Now it will be your factory cost or it will be your works cost. I am not going into the detail of that costing topic because here we will get gross works cost, gross factory cost. So detail will discuss later. So in this question, direct expenses is not given. But in this question, Prabhu, direct material is given, amount is not given, but the sentence is given. Both the worker are using same material. Labor rate is given, time allowed is given, time taken is given, right? And basic wage rate is also same. Rate is not given. Basic wage rate is same. This line is given. Now this will be your prime cost. In that prime cost, you will add factory overhead. You know the factory overhead ka rate. Rate of the factory overhead is 5 rupees per hour. Then you will get the factory cost or works cost. ठीक है प्रभु? And factory cost or work cost is already given in the question. I think so 3490 and 3600. Okay. 3600 and 3490. Now let's see how to solve this question. Prabhu, very important question from exam point of view. Very, very, very important question. So many attempts, old syllabus, this question was asked. Now let's go to the solution, guys. First of all, I'll assume that both the worker are using same material. So both the material workers material cost is X. Material quantity nahi. Material cost is X. Their basic wage rate per hour is Y. Not effective. Sir ji, their basic wage rate. Their basic wage rate per hour is Y. Now let's see. A will be paid bonus according to row 1. B will be paid bonus according to Halsey. A will be paid bonus according to the row 1. B will pay the bonus according to Halsey. Now let's see. Now let's see, guys. Direct material cost. What we have assumed that direct material cost is XX because both the worker are using same material. Direct labor cost. Now I'll give here working. Under row 1, formula is hours work multiplied by rate per hour. So boys and girls, A, how much hours is worked by A? I'll have to check that. A have taken 30 hours. Okay. A have taken 30 hours. Multiplied by rate per hour. Sir, rate per hour is not given, but we have assumed that rate per hour is Y. Plus formula for the row 1, time saved upon time allowed. Yes, sir, time saved is 20 hours. Time allowed was 50 hours. Multiplied by hours work multiplied by rate per hour. Hours work is 30, rate per hour is Y. Now immediately you can calculate that. 20 divided by 50 multiplied by 30. Sir, 12. Is it 42Y? Correct me if I am wrong. 42Y. Correct me if I am wrong. Okay. So try yourself and tell me whether my answer is correct or not. Online student, you'll have to quickly answer that. Next, in the B situation, in the B scenario, let's work out Halsey. Hours work multiplied by rate per hour is your formula. So your hours work is 40. Rate per hour, Prabhu, Y. Both are paid. The basic wage rate same, Y. Plus 50% of time saved multiplied by rate per hour. So time saved is 10 hours because time allowed was 50 and he completed that work in 40 hours. So time saved will be 10 hours multiplied by rate per hour is Y. Prabhu, you'll have to calculate this and tell me whether my answer is 45Y. Yes or no? Reply quickly. I'm waiting for your answer, guys. Reply करो फटाफट से, calculate करो. Quickly reply. Yes, 45y. So prime cost will be direct material plus direct labor will be your prime cost. Correct है, चलो. Most of the students are answering yes, I'm correct. So your prime cost will be x plus 42y. My prime cost will be x plus 42y. In the second scenario, my prime cost will be x plus 45y. X plus 45y. Now you'll have to add factory overheads. Prabhu, factory overhead rate is given. Rate of the factory overhead is 5 rupees per hour. You can check that 5 rupees per person hour. In this line, it is given 5 rupees per hour. So we can calculate that 5 rupees multiplied by 30 hours worked by the A worker. 5 rupees per hour multiplied by 40 hours are worked by B worker. Immediately, I'll write there, is it 150 and it will be 200. Okay. Now, what will be the factory cost? Now, just add this. You will get the factory cost. Yes, Prabhu. What will be the factory cost? Prime cost plus factory overhead is equal to factory cost. X plus 42y plus 150 is your factory cost. In the second scenario, what will be your factory cost, Prabhu? Factory cost will be x plus 45y is your prime cost plus 200 is your overhead. It will be your factory cost. But in the question, factory cost is already given. But in the question, factory cost is already given. How much is your factory cost by A? 3490. 3490. Factory cost for B, you can check that it is 3600. 3600 is the factory cost for B. So A and B factory cost. Now you can compare that. So first factory cost will be compared with the second factory cost. Now you'll have to check which equation we can prepare here. Now equation will be, first equation will be, Prabhu, x plus 42y is equal to 3490. This 3490 minus 150. 3490 minus 150, because 150 will be shifted to right hand side, it will be minus. So 3340. Prabhu, this is your equation number 1. What will be now equation number 2? Let's go to the worker B, Prabhu. X plus 45y is equal to 3600 minus 200. So it will be 3400, Prabhu. This will be my equation number 2, Malik. Right, now you are very clever student. You know how to solve these two simultaneous equations. So equation 1 minus equation number 2 plus x minus x will get cancelled. 42y minus 45y will be minus 3y is equal to, Sarji, is it minus 60? Because minus 3400 plus 3340, your answer will be minus 60. So yes, Sarji, your y will be positive 20. Now what is that y? What y you have assumed that? Therefore, basic wage rate of both the worker, is rupees 20. Yes, I hope so. Everyone got this. And this 20 will be substituted in any one of the equation to get the value of x. Suppose I'll substitute that in any one of the equations. Suppose I'll substitute in the first equation x plus 42y, y value is 20, is equal to 3340. Therefore, x is equal to, guys, 3340 minus 840. Is it 2500? Correct me if I am wrong. Yes, sir. Shraddha ji gave me a correct answer, very quick answer. X value is 2500. Very nice, online student. You will give answer so quickly. Very good. You'll have to give this. Nice. So 2500 is your x value. So what is the x here? What is the x? Sarji, therefore, material cost for both the worker is same. Material cost is x is equal to 2500. So boys and girls, we have calculated wage rate. Basic wage rate is 20 rupees per hour, and we have calculated the material cost consumed by both the worker 2500 and 2500. Now let's move ahead. So first question is completed. Sarji, compute normal wage rate. Yes, normal wage rate is 20. Cost of material is 2500. Prepare a statement comparing the factory cost of the product made by the two products. Okay, now you'll have to compare, you'll have to prepare this table again. Compare the factory cost of 3490 with the 3600 for both the product. So how much is your material cost? Prabhu, mere malik, 2500 is your material cost. How much is the labor cost? No need to calculate that again. No need to write the formula again. Already in the table, we have written 42y. Already we have written 42y. Boss, y value is 20. In the third column, that is B column, boys and girls, how much is your wages? 45y. Yes, Prabhu, 45y. So 45y means 45 multiplied by 20. In the first column, your answer will be 840. In the second column, your answer will be 900. Direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses will be your prime cost. Boys and girls, your prime cost comes to 3340, and here 3400. Here you will have to add the overhead. Overhead is already added in first table. We'll check that overhead 150 and 200. 150 in the first column, 200 in the second column. Now I'll add that 3340 plus 150, guys, 3490. Correct or not? You'll have to check with the question. And 3400 plus 200, 3600. It is matched with the question. It is matched with the data given in the question. So our answer is absolutely fine, absolutely correct. Okay. So complete if anyone is writing. Yes, Sarji. So we have completed this first part. There is one more part which can be asked in the examination, and that part is, sometimes in examination they will be given two type of worker. Suppose worker A, worker B. Same wording will be there. That worker A will paid according to the row 1. Worker B will be paid according to the Halsey. Their wage rate is same. Their wage rate is same. For both the worker, wage rate is same. Overhead rate will be given like in the previous question, 5 rupees per hour. But now factory cost will not be given. Now you will be given conversion cost. Say for example, conversion cost of A is 5200 and conversion cost of B is 4900. Something like this. Something like this. So conversion cost will be given. So same principle will be applicable here. Instead of factory cost, they will give you conversion cost. And the conversion cost is very simple, Prabhu. Conversion cost is very simple. Labor cost plus overhead cost is equal to conversion cost. You'll have to remember, guys. Labor cost plus overhead cost is equal to conversion cost. So what you'll do, worker A, worker B. So you'll have to write labor cost. Like in the previous question, you'll assume labor wage rate as Y. So under A, row 1, under B, I'll say, you'll calculate that labor, something X वगैरह, and you'll add overhead. Overhead rate will be given, and you can calculate that total conversion cost. And you can solve any one of the equation. Only one equation you can solve, you'll get the answer. So these are permutation combination possible in the first part. So we have covered time rate, formula we have seen, piece rate, it is very simple formula. So time rate, piece rate, Halsey, row 1, effective earning we have completed, time saved we have completed, time allowed we have completed. Now let's jump to the next concept, which is very important from exam point of view, that is the labor turnover. Now what do you mean by labor turnover? What do you mean by labor turnover? Labor turnover means there is a change in composition of the worker. There is a change in composition of the worker. Now, why worker composition will be changed? Reason first. First reason, worker left and discharged. Some of the worker left voluntarily. Some of the worker discharged by you. Next one, Sarji, new worker are recruited as a replacement of the old worker. So change in that composition of the worker. New worker are recruited for expansion purpose. So these are the possible reason for the labor turnover, changes in labor. Now reason, there can be a personal reason. There can be a personal reason or there can be other unavoidable reasons as well. Now what are the personal reason? So death of the employee, ill capacity of the employee, Sarji, shifting of the family of that employee. Suppose marriage is there, because of the marriage you'll have to shift to any other city. There is a possibility. Next one, health issue is there. As I told you, permanent ill capacity is there, health issue is there. There are circumstances where you are not satisfied with the working conditions. Worker are not satisfied with the working condition. Next, you are paying less wages as compared to industry norms. Your competitor is paying more wages, so worker are shifting to that company. Next reason can be, guys, seasonal nature of your industry. Next reason can be, guys, shifting of your plant. Suppose your plant is in Karnataka, now you want to shift that plant in Maharashtra. It is not necessary that all old worker will be shifted to the new plant. All new worker will not be get ready to shift in the new state. So these are the possibility of the labor turnover. Or there can be a disciplinary measure. Disciplinary measure means what? One worker is not working good. Okay, he is violating the rules and regulation. So for that purpose, you have will discharge him from the job. So these are the reason for the labor turnover. Labor turnover will be divided into three parts. Labor turnover rate will be divided into three parts. First part is very simple. First one is very simple, and that is separation method. Then replacement method. And last one is a flux method. Last one is a flux method. Formula is very simple. Separation method means worker left and discharge. Replacement means vacancy is there and you are refilling that vacancy. It is called as a replacement worker. And flux is nothing but total of these two formula. Now separation formula is number of workers separated divided by average number of workers multiplied by 100. Number of workers separated. How many workers left, how many workers discharged divided by average number of workers. Average worker, I'll discuss here. Average worker is equal to opening number of workers plus closing number of workers divided by 2. This will be your average number of workers. So replacement method is also simple. Number of workers replaced divided by average number of workers divided by average number of workers. So how many replacement is there? You'll have to check that. Divided by average number of workers into 100 obviously. Now flux method. Saji, flux method, as I told you, it is just an addition of these two formula. So number of workers separated plus number of worker replaced divided by average number of workers multiplied by 100. Now there is one trick. There is one tricky point here. And the tricky point is that you'll have to remember one sentence. And that important sentence is that replacement will not include new recruitment for expansion. You'll have to remember this, sir. Replacement will not include New recruitment for expansion. Now, what do you mean by replacement? So, worker was working and worker is left or discharged. Now this place is vacant. In this place, in this chair, you appointed one worker in replacement of the old worker. This is called as a replacement. So remember one very important word, replacement will not include new recruitment for expansion. So guys, boys and girls, if in a question, new recruitment for expansion is given, if in a question, new recruitment for expansion is given, then Sarji, separation method formula will be as it is. Replacement formula will be as it is. But there will be change in that flux method formula. And the flux formula will be number of workers separated plus number of workers replaced plus new recruitment for expansion divided by average number of workers, obviously into 100. So if in a question, you'll have to read question carefully. If in a question, new recruitment for expansion is given, then only flux formula will change. Replacement will not include new recruitment for expansion. Okay, only flux formula will change. So number of workers separated plus number of workers replaced plus new recruitment for expansion divided by average number of workers multiplied by 100. Sarji, this formula can be written like this. Number of workers separated plus accession. Accession is nothing but total of these two. Accession is nothing but total of two. Total of two means number of worker replaced plus number of worker new recruitment for expansion. This is called as a costing term as a accession. This is called as a accession. Okay? So remember this, my very humble request to you. Remember this point. Replacement will not include new recruitment for expansion. Okay. So if in a question new recruitment for expansion is given, separated worker are same, replacement ratio will be same. Only under flux method, you'll have to change the formula. So number of workers separated plus number of workers replaced plus new recruitment for expansion divided by average number of workers. New recruitment plus replacement is also called as an accession. You'll have to remember this name, accession. Okay. Now one golden rule. Everyone please concentrate here. Separation method, replacement method, flux method. One very important input I will give to you. It will really help you in examination. Separation percentage is 5%, replacement percentage is 3%, and flux percentage is exactly 8%. So 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. If 8 is equal to 8, then there is no new recruitment. There is no new recruitment for expansion. There will not be any new recruitment for expansion. But very important observation I am giving to you. Most of the students don't know this. Number of workers separated are 5%. Number of workers replaced given in the question 3%. But under flux method, Surji, 12% it is given. Now 5 plus 3 is equal to 8%. Now 8% is not equal to 12%. In such situation, remember guys, there will be new recruitment. There will be new recruitment for expansion. You will have to remember this, sir. No one knows this. Most of the students don't know this. So I have given one hint in examination. If 5% plus 3% is equal to 8%, but flux method, they have given 12%. It means that remaining 4% is nothing but new recruitment for expansion. You'll have to remember this. Next, Saji, closing number of worker. This is given in your notes as well. These all observation, these all formula are given in your notes as well. Closing number of worker is equal to opening workers minus workers separated minus worker separated, add worker replaced, plus new recruitment for expansion is equal to your closing number of workers. So boys and girls, opening workers minus worker separated, left and discharge, you'll have to deduct that, plus replaced vacancy if you are refilling that, replacement will be added, plus new recruitment for expansion will be added. So this is how you will calculate that closing number of workers. Okay, now let's solve some practical question. Mark this question number 3 important revision before exam. Everyone please come to question number 3. Yes sir. Everybody please come to question number 3. The accountant of Y Limited computed employee turnover rate for the quarter ended 31st March 2023 as 10%, 5%, and 3% respectively, under flux method, under replacement method, under separation method. My question to you, online students, quickly reply, quickly type the answer, फटाफट से. Sir, the rate of flux method is given, rate of separation method is given, rate of replacement method is given. Now you'll have to check and you'll have to give me answer quickly whether in this question new recruitment for expansion is there or new recruitment for expansion is not there. I'll wait for your reply. I will wait for your reply, guys. I told you one basic, simple way how to identify whether there is a new recruitment and whether there is no new recruitment. Very quick answer from online student. Sir, she told me, yes, there is a new recruitment for expansion. Why? So the replacement is 5%. Separation is 3%. So 5 plus 3 is equal to 8%. But flux method is given 10%. So remaining the 2% will be new recruitment for expansion. Remaining 2% will be new recruitment for expansion. Absolute correct answer from online student. Correct hai. Now sir ji, आगे. If the number of worker replaced during the quarter is 30, find out the number of workers for the quarter recruited and joined, left and discharged, and equivalent turnover rate for the year. Equivalent turnover rate for the year. Equivalent employee turnover rate for the year. Now, boys and girls, this is called as a Tarak Mehta ka Ulta Chashma. Why it is a Tarak Mehta ka Ulta Chashma? Because guys, generally we have to calculate these rates. How much will be the separation method rate, replacement and flux? But in this question, already percentage are given. And we need some basic information. How much worker are recruited and joined? How much worker are new recruited? How much worker are expansion purpose? How much worker are replaced? How much worker are separated? And so on. Okay, so reverse working you'll have to perform here. Now how to work that? It is very simple. Percentage is given and you'll have to check. Percentage is given and you'll have to check that. Yes guys, percentage is given and you'll have to check which number of workers are given. Whether separated workers are given, whether replaced worker are given. Yes, you'll have to check that. I think so 40 or 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. So the 30 is what? Number of worker replaced is given. So let's go to the formula of replacement. So what is the formula of replacement, guys? Number of worker replaced divided by average number of worker is equal to percentage. So guys, boys and girls, number of worker replaced are 30. Divided by average number, we don't know because we don't know the opening worker and closing worker. So average worker we don't know is equal to 0.0. So the replacement ka percentage, if you can check that, it is 0.05. So immediately you will get the average number of worker. Sir ji, 30 divided by 0.05, average number of worker will be 600 is your average number of workers. 600 will be your average number of workers. ठीक है. Now, sir ji, please first of all work out separation method. Number of workers separated divided by average number of workers. Number of workers separated divided by average number of workers, so that we can find that workers separated. So number of workers separated we don't know, but we have already calculated average number of workers, which is 600, is equal to, by separation method, percentage is given 0.03. So number of workers separated, number of worker left, number of worker discharged is equal to 600 multiplied by 0.03. Is it 18 worker, Prabhu? Is it correct, guys? 18 worker? Yes or no? Online student reply. Yes, 18 worker are worker left and discharged. Now let's see, guys. How much total worker are joined? Thanks for replying, online students. Now let's see how much total worker are joined. Total worker are joined. Yeah, means number of worker replaced plus new recruitment for expansion. So I'll write the flux formula. Flux formula with the help of expansion, new recruitment for expansion will be number of workers separated plus number of accession. So, Sarji, I'll write this formula like this. Number of worker separated plus replacement plus new recruitment for expansion divided by average number of worker is equal to, I think so, answer is given by them is 0.10. Answer is given by them, which is nothing but 0.10. Perfect, Prabhu. Now let's work out number of workers separated. I'll have to check that. Separated worker are 18 plus number of worker replaced. Replaced worker was given in the question only 30 plus new recruitment for expansion divided by average number of worker are 600 is equal to, guys, 0.10. Therefore, you can calculate that new recruitment for expansion is equal to, Sarji, 600 multiplied by 0.10, 60 workers minus 30 minus 18. Prabhu, your answer comes to 12 workers are new recruitment for expansion. 12 workers are new recruitment for expansion. I hope so everyone is clear about this. Yes or no? Everyone is clear or not? Ji sir. Now, how many workers are left and discharged? And sorry, how many workers are total new joinee? Total new joinee. Expansion plus that new recruitment for expansion plus replacement. Sir ji, your replacement is 30 plus new recruitment for expansion is 12. So 42 new workers are there. Okay, who is recruited and joined? 42 guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. 30 are 30 are replaced. Yes, sir ji, 30 are replaced and 12 are new recruitment for expansion. So yes, sir ji, 42 are total new recruits. Now the question is very important. Next question. If you can read that next question, Prabhu. In that next question, you can check that equivalent employee turnover rate for the year. For this, you'll have to read the question carefully. You'll have to read the question carefully. Guys, the data given in the question is for the quarter, sir. Mere Malik, this data is given for the quarter. Now, I want equivalent labor turnover rate for the year. If this quarterly data is converted into yearly data, what will be that equivalent turnover rate? Now, it is very simple, Sarji. In 1 year, there are 4 quarters. So, flux method is 10% multiplied by 4. Replacement method, kitna tha, Prabhu? Prabhu, replacement method was 5%. 5% is for the quarter multiplied by 4. 5% is for the quarter multiplied by 4. And separation method, you can check that. Separation method kaha gaya? Separation method is 3%. So 3% is for the quarter multiplied by, we have 4 quarter in a year. So equivalent annual employee turnover rate will be 40%, 20%, and 12%. Yes, Sirji. So the data was given for the quarter and you need to calculate equivalent labor turnover rate for the year. Perfect. So this answer is over. Now, I have not taken that simple question. Suppose one simple question can be, guys, opening workers are given. Say for example, 990 are the opening worker. Closing worker are given. 1010 is a closing number of workers. Worker separated are given. Suppose 12 workers are separated. Say for example, 12 workers are separated. Worker replacement is given. Number of workers are replaced. Suppose 10 workers are replaced. Plus new recruitment for expansion is given. Such 25 workers are new recruitment for expansion. I know that closing stock will not match. I'm just taking one example. Okay, only for simplicity. The basic question which can be asked in MCQ as well. Guys, in MCQ as well, they can ask, calculate flux, calculate replacement, calculate that accession, and calculate that separation. So you can easily calculate that separation method. Number of workers separated divided by average number of workers multiplied by 100. Workers separated are 12 divided by average number of workers. Opening worker plus closing worker divided by Q. It will be 1000 Prabhu. So is it 1.2%? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Obvious na, Sirji? 12 divided by 1000, is it 1.2% into 100? Chalo, replacement method. Number of workers replaced are 10 divided by average number of workers are 1000. So 10 divided by 1000 multiplied by 100, it will be, Sirji, 1%. And flux method will be number of workers separated plus number of workers replaced plus new recruitment for expansion divided by average number of workers. Sirji, number of workers separated are 12. Sirji, number of workers replaced are 10. New recruitment for expansion are 25 divided by average number of workers are 1000. So Prabhu, 12 plus 10 plus 25 divided by 1000, approximately 4.7 is right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I am wrong, Prabhu. Mere Malik. So it is a simple question. Now we'll solve one very complicated question and very interesting question. Very, 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 very complicated question and very interesting question. Favorite question you can get in the exam. Okay, so everybody please concentrate on this question. Management of the company is worried about their increasing labor turnover in the factory, and before analyzing the causes and taking remedial steps, they want to have an idea of the profit forgone last year as a result of labor turnover. As I already told you, mark this question important. Last year, sale was 83,03,300 and the PV ratio was 20%. Okay, and your PV ratio was 20%. Total number of actual hours worked. Total number of actual hours worked by the direct labor force was 4.45 lakhs, 4,45,000 in the last year. As a result of the delay by the personnel department in filing the vacancies due to labor turnover, 1 lakh potentially productive hours were lost. How many hours are lost, guys? 1 lakh potential productive hours were lost. Why that hours lost? Because of the labor turnover. Because of that labor turnover, worker left, worker discharged. Okay, and that personnel department was not quick to refill the vacancy. Okay, so 1 lakh potential productive hours is lost. In that 1 lakh hours, more production was possible, more sale was possible, more profit was possible, but you will not able to get that because 1 lakh hours is wasted because of that labor turnover. And they have not refilled the vacancy very quickly. Next part. Actual hours of 4,45,000. Sir, how much is your actual hours? Prabhu, Mere Malik. actual labor hours is nothing but 4.45 lakhs. 4.45 lakhs means 4,45,000. Actual hours includes these 4,45,000 hours include 30,000 hours for the training of the worker. Now, why training is required to the worker, sir? Why training is required to the worker? Sir, because of the labor turnover, new worker will join, you'll have to give the training. So this is a direct cost of the labor turnover, training to the workers. Okay, settlement cost to the old worker, selection cost of the new worker, recruitment cost of the new worker. These are the directly associated costs with the labor turnover. Now training is there. In 30,000 hours, training was there. But mark important, double underline that, out of which 50% hours were unproductive. Oh my goodness. 50% hours are unproductive. Means in that 30,000 hours, 50% are productive. Worker produced something. And 50% was unproductive. Worker didn't produce anything. So 15,000 hours are productive, 15,000 hours are unproductive. So guys, net productive hours worked by you in last year will be 4,45,000. Saji, 4,45,000 was the total hours minus unproductive. Saji, training hours will be 15,000 hours. So in the last year, Prabhu, you worked for 4,30,000 hours only, actual productive hours, after deducting that unproductive hours. Okay, are you getting the point, guys? Next. So the cost incurred in consequence of the labor turnover reveal the following analysis: settlement cost of the old workers, selection cost of the new worker, recruitment and training cost of the new worker. So these are all the costs which are incurred. Assuming that potential production lost. Saji, production is lost because of that labor turnover. Why production is lost, Prabhu? In 1 lakh hours, production was not possible because there is a delay in filing of the vacancies. Plus 15,000 training hours are unproductive where production did not work. Production was not there in that 15,000 hours. So Sarji, total hours lost in the last year was 1,15,000. 1 lakh was due to delay and 15,000 will be unproductive training hours. So Sarji, in 1,15,000 you could have produced more, you could have sold more, you could have earned more profit in that 1,15,000 hours by selling more units. Okay, so but it is not possible because of that labor turnover. Find the profit forgone last year on account of labor turnover. Now you'll have to find the profit which is forgone last year because of that labor turnover. How much profit is lost? Okay, so first of all, we'll calculate that productive hours worked in the last year. 4,45,000 is the total hours. 4,45,000 was the total hours. Unproductive training hours will be 30,000 was the total training hours. 50% was unproductive. It will be 15,000. Total productive hours will be 4,30,000. In the last year, production done for 4,30,000 hours. So total productive hours lost in the last year. 1 lakh hours is lost due to delay. Plus 15,000 training ke unproductive hours. So it will be 1,15,000 hours lost in the last year. So you could have produced more, you could have sold more, you could have earned more profit. So you lost that profit opportunity. Now, loss of contribution due to unproductive hours, I'll have to calculate that. Loss of contribution. Sarji, in the question, last year sale was given 83,03,300. 83,03,300 was the sale of last year, and it was a sale of total productive hours of 4,30,000. Now, if 1,15,000 hours which lost due to Saji, which is lost due to that labor turnover. If you would have utilized this for the production, your production would be have been higher, and multiplied by PV ratio, profit volume ratio. Gross profit कितना था? It was given in the question. किधर गया? PV ratio. Sir, PV ratio, where it is? 20% is your PV ratio. Okay. Okay, online student, thank you so much for answering. 20%. So 20% was your PV ratio. Now immediately you can calculate that. 83,03,300 divided by 4,30,000 hours multiplied by 1,15,000 hours multiplied by 20%. Mere Prabhu, you have lost 4,44,130 rupees contribution is lost because of that hours lost. Okay, now you have to calculate that total profit forgone last year because of that labor turnover. So contribution forgone will be, Prabhu, contribution forgone will be 4,44,130 plus additional cost is incurred by you, selection cost, recruitment cost, training cost, and all other costs, settlement cost, 43,820. 43,820. Next one, guys, 26,740. 26,740. You can check that. Selection cost of the new worker. Selection cost 26,740. Recruitment 12,750. So change कर देना. Training cost incurred 30,490. 12,750 and 30,490. Now you can check that how much total profit is forgone by you. How much total profit is forgone by you because of that labor turnover. You'll have to just take an addition of this. 444,130, 43,820, 26,740, 12,750, 30,490. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the 557,930. Okay, calculation part I'm working fast, so there can be some mistake in calculation. You will rectify that yourself. Okay, so approximately you can check the total. Is it 557,930? Is it correct, guys? Yes or no? Is it correct, guys? So now, before we go to that overtime and idle time concept, we'll see that later in the next part of this lecture. Okay, in the part number B. First of all, I will ask you to solve one more question on this. I'll ask you to solve one more question on this, and I'll quickly get back to that question. Yes, sir. Please come to this question number 25. This additional question I am taking. Question number 25, guys. Okay, so from these notes, I am taking one additional question. Let's see, guys, boys and girls, let's see whether you will be able to solve this question or not. Mock test question, and in RTP mock test, so many times this type of question is repeated. It is similar like a previous question which we had solved. Jyoti Limited. Yes, sir. Jyoti Limited wants to ascertain the profit lost during the year 2017-2018 due to labor turnover. For this purpose, it has given you the following information. Training period of the new recruit is 50,000 hours. Training period is 50,000 hours. During this period, their productivity is 60% of the experienced worker. So if experienced worker are producing 100 units, this new worker will produce only 60 units. If experienced worker are producing 1,000 units, new worker will produce only 1,000 to 600. because your efficiency is less. New worker efficiency is less. This is also a loss of that labor turnover. New worker efficiency is less. New worker will waste more material. New worker will production speed will be less. New worker will be produce defective units as well. So wastage of material, defective units, so many disadvantage of the new worker. So time required by the experienced worker was 10 hours per unit. So time required by that experienced worker was 10 hours per unit. Now let's see guys. In 50,000 hours, training was there. In that, worker trained about the production, but the speed of the production was very low over there. Speed was only 60% of the efficient worker. Now I'll see. I will check that. Efficient worker will produce efficient worker will produce in 50,000 hours divided by 10 hours per unit, 5,000 units can be produced by that efficient worker, old worker. But efficiency ratio of the new worker is only 60%. So actual production in that training hours will be 5,000 multiplied by 60%, 3,000. So production lost during the training period. If the new worker are not there, if the old worker was there, we could have produced 5,000 units. But actually we have produced only 3,000 units. So 2,000 will be the production loss. Again, same principle will be repeated. If the production is lost, then guys, boys and girls, if the production is lost, then very simple guys, what will be the impact? Profit contribution will be lost. Next, second, we'll read the second paragraph of this question. 20% of the output during the training period was defective. So check the total output of the training period. Such a defective output is also there. How much is the defective output? 20% of the actual production in that training period. So 20% multiplied by 3,000 units produced by you. So 600 are defective, Prabhu. This is a limitation of the new worker. And you can check that. Sorry. Rectification cost is 25 rupees per unit. So rectification cost will be 600 multiplied by 25. Sir, this is because of the labor turnover. So 600 multiplied by 25, your answer will be 15,000. Prabhu, your answer will be 15,000. Chalo, let's read ahead. Potential productive hours lost due to delay. Sir, like in the previous question, 1 lakh hours is lost due to delay. Sir, here also 1 lakh hours is lost due to delay. Oh ho! If 1 lakh hours is lost due to delay in refilling the vacancies, so the production will get lost. Production get reduced because of the delay. Guys, boys and girls, how 1 lakh hours was there? One worker required 10 hours to produce 1 unit. 1 lakh divided by 10, so 10,000 production lost. Along with here 2,000 production lost. So total production loss will be 12,000. So the total production loss will be 12,000. How you have calculated that? 2,000 was due to less efficiency during the training period. 10,000 due to delay in filing up the vacancies. Okay, is understood. Next one. Selling price is given 180. PV ratio is given 20%. Okay, Sarji. So immediately I will calculate guys, how much contribution lost by that 12,000 units. Guys, 10,000 plus 2,000, 12,000 units lost. Multiplied by selling price is 180 into 20% will be the contribution lost. I'll write answer above. So 12,000 multiplied by 180 multiplied by 20%. So 4,32,000 rupees contribution lost due to that reduction in production. Plus, I think so, rectification cost of defective was 15,000. Plus settlement cost is there, recruitment cost is there, training cost is there. I'll add all these costs, Sarji. This cost will be 183,480. This cost will be 1,56,340. 1,13,180. I'll just have to take a total. So total profit loss due to the labor turnover, total profit loss due to labor turnover will be 15,000 plus 4,32,000 plus 183, 480 plus 1,56,340, 113, 180. Boys and girls, 9 lakh rupees is your total contribution loss, total profit loss due to labor turnover. Total profit loss, total contribution loss because of the labor turnover is 9 lakhs. Okay, so this point is clear to every one of you. So we have solved basic questions. Saji, we have solved the basic question on that Saji Halsey oval. Two important question we had solved. Then guys, we have solved. We have considered labor turnover. Then we have solved 2 3 questions of the labor turnover. Now, in the part B of this lecture, in the next lecture means part B, it will be lecture part B. We will complete the next part because it will take a time, and that will be treatment of labor idle time and treatment of labor overtime. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Those students are watching after this live session. Thank you so much, and you can ask the queries. Live student can ask the query immediately. We'll stop here today. I'll wait for next some minutes if you have any query for this basic part. If you have any query, those students are joining live, they can quickly ask the queries, and I'll solve the queries. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next lecture for the remaining part and the next topic, sir. And I hope so these lectures are very useful for you, and so kindly share with your friends. Okay, so if there is no doubt, you can leave the meeting. You can leave this live lecture. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, boys and girls. Thank you so much. So take care, all guys. Next schedule will be discussed. Will be given by your academy. And extremely sorry for today's delay. As I told you that I was not feeling well, and because of that issue, I got late. So it will not happen in the next lecture. It will not happen for sure in the next lecture. Next lecture will start hopefully on time, and I'll not change the time because of that doctor appointment. That 1 hour I have shifted that lecture. Otherwise, today we could have completed this in first part only. Okay. So thank you so much, guys.